Okay, so we're going to do some exercises. V plus 9 equals 16. Now, they want to isolate the V. So what you do one side, you have to do the other side. So that's how we're going to do it. So here there's a 9. We're going to subtract 9 from here, and we're going to subtract 9 from here. So V equals 16 minus 9 equals 7. And that is the answer. 2. 14 equals B plus 14 equals B plus 3. Once again, we want to isolate the B. So we're going to subtract, we got to get rid of this bugger. So we're going to do minus 3 here, minus 3 here. We get B equals 14 minus 3 equals 11. That is the right answer. Number 3. X minus 11 equals minus 16. That one's a little bit more tricky. So it's x minus 11, so we want to add 11 here to get rid of that 11, equals, and then we have to add 11 here too. So we have left, so minus 11 plus 11 equals 0. So that leaves only x, right, because this equals 0. And then we have minus 16 plus 11. So minus 16 plus 11 equals minus 5, right? That's good. Number 4 now. Minus 14 equals x minus 18. So this becomes plus 18. This becomes plus 18. So these guys cancel out. So we're left with x here equals something. Minus 14 plus 18 equals 4, right? Or plus 4. Well, that should be the answer. Yes, it is. All right, just a moment. Oh, number 5. 30 equals, whoa, that's a bad 30. 30 equals A plus 20. So to remove 20 from 20, we have to do minus 20. And here we do minus 20. So these guys cancel. And 30 minus 20 equals 10. And that is the right answer. 6 minus 1 plus k equals 5. So minus 1, you have to add 1 to bring that to 0, and here we're going to add 1. So these buggers cancel. We bring the k down, equals 5 plus 1 equals 6. All right, number 7 now. X minus 7 equals minus 26. So the opposite of minus 7 is just plain old 7. And we're adding 7 here, right? So I'll put the positive sign. So these buggers cancel. The x is carried over. And minus 26 plus 7, well, if we start, this is 0, and this is minus 26 on the number line. We have a plus 7, so we're going to go pop, 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 to minus 19. There's your answer. Boom. Number 8 now. Minus 13 plus p equals minus 19. So the opposite of minus 13 is plus 13. Here we don't put anything. And here we have to add plus 13, because if you do one thing on one side, you got to do it to the other side. So these buggers cancel, and we're left with p. Positive p to be precise. Minus 19 plus 13. Just remember, if we were on our number line, here would be minus 19. If we're adding 13, we're going to get to minus 6, right? Minus 6. Oh, it says, the answer says positive 6. Well, they're wrong. It's negative 6. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. They're wrong. The answer in the book is 6, but it really should be... Oh yeah, no, it's negative 6. Good, I was looking at the wrong problem. All right, number 9. 13 equals n minus 5. So the opposite of minus 5 is 5. And we have to do it to both sides for this statement to be equal. And that n, 13 plus 5 equals 18. Am I right? Yes, I am. Number 10 now. 22 equals 16 plus m. All right, so m is carried down because that's what we're looking for. And this 16, we need to add its opposite, so minus 16 here. And here we have minus 16 on this side of the equal sign also. So 22 minus 16 equals 6. And that is the answer. Moving along now, number 11. Oh, this gets a little tricky now. Okay, so we've gone beyond adding and subtracting, and now we're going to divide and multiply. Same thing, we have to do the same thing to both sides. So, minus 17 times x. How do we get rid of the minus 17? You divide by minus 17, right? And here you're going to divide by minus 17. This whole thing, when you do this operation, when you divide one side, you're dividing the entire side by minus 17, and you're dividing on this side by minus 17. All right, so 340 divided by minus 17. Hold on, I'll get back with the answer. Okay, the answer is negative 20. So this is, all right, so we have x equals minus 20. Yes, we do. Number 12, 4r equals minus 28. So anything multiplied by something, you divide by that same something to get r, let's say. So what this statement is really saying is 4 times r. If you divide by 4, you'll get r. So minus 28 divided by 4 equals minus. Remember, when you divide a minus by a positive, you always get a negative answer. You're going to get minus 7. And that is the answer. 13, number 13. Negative 9 equals n over 12. Now, what they're trying to do here is scare you a little bit with this division. Let's take a look at this. So minus 9 equals n over 12. What do they want to get rid of? We want n, right? So if I multiply this thing by 12 and I multiply this thing by 12, I should be able to get rid of this 12 over here, right? Because if you think about it, 2 over 2, let's do a better example, 3 over 4 times 12 is really saying 36 over 4, and that equals 9. Well, let's be even more succinct. If I wanted to get rid of this 4, I would do 3 over 4 times 4, right? Because what I get was this times this equals 12 over 4, and then I get 3, which is what I want, right? I want to get rid of this fraction. I just want to keep this. So did I go too fast for you? All right, let's do it over again. If I have 3, all right, let's do the example. If I have 3 over 12, let's take for example. I'm using the number 3. You can put any number in there. Let's sort it this way. I'll put the number 2. If I multiply this whole thing by 12, or 12 over 1 if you want, if you use your multiplication rules in fractions, 2 times 12 equals 24, and 12 times 1 equals 12, and 24 divided by 12 equals 2, right? This number that we started with. All right? Well, this is exactly what we're doing here to get n. It's any number that you multiply by 12 and then you divide by 12, you're going to get that number. So that's what we're doing here to have n on one side by itself, what mathematicians call isolate the n. Isolating in the sense that you're keeping everyone away from them as much as possible. So getting back to our problem up here, 12 times minus 9 equals 108, I'm guessing. Minus 108 equals n, right? Because these two cancel. So your answer is going to be whatever's on this side. And if that wasn't confusing enough, we'll do more. 14. 5 over 9 equals b over 9. So we're looking for b, right? This is the thing we're looking for. So what b over 9, what could you multiply this thing over 9 so that you'd only get b, right? You'd multiply this by 9. And then you'd also multiply this by 9, right? So let's do it. Let's think about this. So 9 over 9, this cancels out, right? Like we did before. How about here? Well, this 9 over 9 cancels out over. So b, oops, just a moment. So that is the right answer. I'm doing these ones a bit slower because they're a bit harder. But then again, you can always re-watch my stuff a million times. Number 15. 20 times v equals negative 160. Now they're using big numbers just to mess with your brain. All right? So 20 times v, what would you have to divide that to get rid of the 20? Well, you'd have to put a 20, right? Because the same thing, one thing over the same thing equals 1. Poof. So now it becomes 1v, and anything multiplied by 1 is v. Equals, this is divided by 20. Let's cancel out the zeros, and we have 16 divided by 2. Negative 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Negative 8. Am I tripping? 13. I am tripping. 15 is what? Negative 8. Yes. Good. All right. So now for number 16. Number 16. Minus 20x equals negative 80. So this we have to divide by negative 20, right? Because this is a negative 20. And this we have to divide by negative 20 because we have to do the same thing to both sides. So we cancel these. We're left with 1 times x because negative 20 divided by negative 20 equals 1. And here we have negative 80 divided by negative 2. We can cancel a 0 on each level. And we have negative 8 divided by negative 2, which equals 4. And that is the right answer. Number 17 now. Moving along. 340 equals 20n. Well, divide this by 20, divide this by 20, and we get n, right? And if we delete the zeros, it's 34 divided by 2 equals 17. And that's the answer to that problem. More problems on the next video.